All right, I believe we are live. Awesome. Very excited. Everybody, thank you so much for being here live, or if you're checking this out on the replay, really appreciate it. I am so excited to have Carolyn Hori on the show today. She's going to give us all sorts of inspiration and help us with our mindset as it relates to health and fitness and just living a healthy lifestyle. So, Carolyn, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Carolyn Hori, and my self-title is, I don't even know if I told this to Steve, the Master of Inspired Action.
Yes.
And so I inspire people through business coaching and health coaching to take the next step in your life and to move forward in achieving the direction that you want to go to achieve the life that you want to live. So I'm so honored that Steve asked me to chat with you all today. And thank you so much for tuning in, because that right there tells us that you are interested in living a healthy life, and something that Steve and I are both really passionate about. So I wanted to chat a little bit today about this book that I absolutely love. It's called The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And I actually spoke about this on an event that I host every other week on Facebook Live. But the first principle in this book, which I love, principle number one, and I think the most important principle, is take 100% responsibility for your life, right? And I think this is something that we actually forget. We think that all of these outside forces are happening, and then, you know, we want to react to this and we want to react to that, and we want to react to different people and what people are doing or not doing. But actually, everything is our choice. And so I just want to read a little quote here from Jim Rohn, who is America's business philosopher. But you must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. And I think that is so important, because health and fitness, healthy living, and mindset are a choice. We have the ability to decide how we want to feel and what we want to think about things that happen. People don't always realize that 90%, I'd say, of things that happen are out of our control. But what is 100% in our control is how we react to those things, right? And what are we going to do with those things that occur outside of our control? And how are we going to either suffer with those things, or how are we going to grow with those things? So, Steve asked me to chat a little bit about, how this relates to health and fitness and wellness and mindset and mindfulness. And I think this is so important, because that all of that healthy living and everything that we do with mindfulness and mindset is a choice. When you open the refrigerator, right, and you see your refrigerator filled hopefully with healthy things, it makes it easier. But if you see things in there that are not healthy, you have an option, right? You can either go for the strawberries or you can go for the ice cream if those things are in your house. And you have a choice to say to yourself, what do I want? What do I want more? Do I want to feel great? Do I want to look great? Do I want to emanate wellness and health from my physical being? Or do I really want that ice cream? And sometimes, yes, you do want the ice cream. And sometimes it's okay to indulge in that and go for the ice cream. But for the most part, if you want to live a healthy life, you got to stick to the things that we know that are good for us, right? The healthy foods, the rest, the meditation, the positive thinking, the positive people in our lives. So all of that is a choice. Whether we get up in the morning and we read personal development books like this or whatever we have on our desk, or we want to hit the snooze bar 10 times, that's a choice. If we want to get up and we want to go work out, that's a choice. Or do we want to sleep in and, eat unhealthy? That's a choice. So what we fail to realize sometimes is that we have a choice, and that we are responsible for those choices. Nobody is making you stay asleep and hit the snooze bar, right? That's you and the decisions that you're making. So the way that this has really impacted my life to take 100% responsibility is that there is no victim. right? There is nothing that happens that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a victim. This happened to me. There are plenty of things that are going to happen, but I turn to inside and I say to myself, how do I want to look at this? And this is especially important when the tough things happen,
Mm.
because as we know, now more than ever, tough things are going to happen. And I think people also have a false belief that every life, when you have a great life, and I feel like I have a great life, and I think Steve does too, when you have a great life, nothing bad ever happens to you. That is not true. Okay, that is a myth. But what can be true is that when you have a great life, it's how do you react to the things that you don't like, and how quickly can you convert that to a growth lesson or an opportunity to learn something new, either about yourself or someone else or the world, or how can I change my mindset to make it positive? Because things are going to happen that we don't like, but our challenge, our work is to be able to turn that around and see the opportunity in those things, including, days where you might not eat as well, or you might miss your workout, or you might just feel off. It's like, how are you going to turn that around for the next moment or the next day and
That,
really launch yourself?
that's interesting because one of the things in listening to you talk there was that I think sometimes people have a real hard time with, the snooze button or grabbing the ice cream because there's kind of an immediate reward
Yes.
versus what they perceive as kind of a long-term or down the road reward. How do you kind of square that up?
That is so great, because I was listening to a new book by Kevin Hart, the comedian of all people, called The Decision, but it's on Audible, and it's actually a pretty good book. I love to listen to all different types of self-development. And he was talking about consistency on this book that I was listening to today. And that's exactly what it is, Steve. It is the consistent choice time and time again that is going to get you where you want to go. It is like, you're going to eat that ice cream time and time again, you're going to look like the ice cream, right? We are what we eat, right?
That's right.
But if you consistently make choices to eat the strawberries and to make the shakes and to eat the vegetables and to eat clean, you will see change over time. But the difficult thing is, people want that immediate fix, either
Mm-hmm.
from the ice cream, or they think that they want the immediate reward. So when they work out once, they think, oh, that's it. I'm going to get health and I'm going to get healthy and fit. It doesn't work like that. Everything is a practice. Everything is consistency. Everything is, how often can you repeat the positive behavior instead of the negative behavior? It's just like proven with like meditation and with like getting up early. It's like, you want to change yourself, you can't do it for one day. You can't, they really even say now it's not even 21 days. It's longer than that to really forge a habit. So it is, people underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years and overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year. But
Yeah.
anything worth having is consistency over time. That's just hands down, that's it. And so going for the quick fix is just not going to get you the life that you desire. I've never seen a very successful person that goes for the quick fix and maintains success. You might have fleeting success, and it might seem like, oh, wow, shiny and bright and new, but that success will not last unless you put the consistency and the practices into place to make it happen.
Yeah, and I love what you said too about, it is that consistency, but then also you don't want to completely deprive yourself. So
Yes,
sometimes I think we had a conversation. You were saying like, sometimes I'll think about the ice cream for 2 days, and if I'm thinking about it for 2 days, I go, okay, I'll have the ice cream and I'll splurge a little bit, but then I'm right back on
exactly.
track, right?
Exactly. I think that also people have a misconception with, especially with healthy eating, that you have to deprive yourself. That is not the goal. Deprivation cannot last, right? We have to find ways to satiate ourselves, to satisfy ourselves with healthy, tasty things that we enjoy in order to have long-term effects. The same thing. If you're trying to force yourself to eat kale and you cannot stand kale, stop doing that, right? Find a green that you do enjoy and figure out how to make it tasty with, garlic and healthy spices and things that make it palatable and enjoyable for you. But stop trying to force yourself into these like boxes where you're just hating whatever it is you're eating. And that is also true for what you're doing. If
Yep.
if your husband or wife is a runner and you're not a runner and you hate running, stop that. Go find something that you enjoy doing. But the way that, you were asking me, well, what do you do when the cravings come on? And hey, look, I'm human, right? Of course it's going to happen. And so what I do is I try to not indulge immediately, like what you were saying. I don't go for the quick fix. And then I'll think about it. And if an hour goes by and I'm still thinking about it, and then another hour goes by and I'm still thinking about it, then maybe I'll let myself have some, or I'll drink some water or some tea, or I'll try to distract myself or whatever in order to really see if it's really real. And then if I'm still thinking about it, I'll have it. It kind of goes the same thing for women and shoes. If you're still thinking about the pair of shoes you saw online in 2 days, you probably should go back and get it and be satisfied with that and satisfy that craving for that thing that you want. But give it some time. Time is super important, and really get to your why do you want it, right? Like really, why do you want the ice cream? Can you fulfill this with something else? Why are you fixating on that? And look at that within, because that's something that's telling you that needs to be investigated.
Right. Excellent.
Right.
And I love what you're saying too about you're so right about it. It's like a healthy lifestyle does not have to be total deprivation and just, grazing on lettuce and working out, 24 hours a day. It's supposed to be something that you can sustain and that you enjoy doing. So it's really just finding those things. I love that. I think that's great.
How have you been able to successfully do that? Like, I mean, you're a healthy, fit guy for a long time. How have you been able to stay motivated and kind of keep that going for yourself, and with the eating too?
Yeah, I think just like you said, I think it's really been establishing those habits. So I just have a routine every day. I kind of fall into the same routine with regard to what I eat. And in terms of exercise, I'm a huge proponent of doing fun things. I love riding bikes. I love mountain biking. I like disc golfing. So I distract myself with these fun things, and at the same time, I'm active. I'm staying fit. So
yes. And one tip that I have for the viewers out there is, like, when you're feeling like doing nothing and you just don't want to do anything, just do one thing. Go out, say to yourself, you're going to put on your shoes and you're going to go walk for 10 minutes. Literally, like I've done that. And then, or go ride the bike for 10 minutes, or you're going to do 10 squats or 10 deadlifts or whatever that is. And then it turns out that's what gets the endorphins going. That's what gets the blood pumping, and you end up doing more. And then before you know it, you've walked for an hour, or you've done, some mini workout, and you feel so much better than falling into the trap of saying no. Because our default is we don't want to do, right? We don't want to do the things that we think are uncomfortable. But once you overcome that feeling, the high that you get from realizing you can do anything that you set your mind to, that is so powerful. And that is the endorphin rush. And that is what fuels us to do it again and again and again. So that's a good trick.
I love that. And you feel good about yourself. You just, no matter what, you feel like, hey, I did it. I did something.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
That's beautiful. That's great. This has been fantastic. We do have a little bit more time if you've got anything else to share, or, it's up to you. I'm just kind of watching the clock here.
I just think it's never too late to start, and every moment is a new moment. People used to say, like, tomorrow's a new day. I don't even say tomorrow's a new day. I literally, I try to live in the present moment as much as possible. That has really, really helped me over time. Mm-hmm. I used to be I'm still a forward thinker, but I used to be a planner. I would plan 5 years, 3 years, what's going to happen. I would have plan A, plan B, plan C. But literally, when I changed my life, I decided I don't want to live like that. So I look at every moment as a new moment to start over. Every moment is a new moment to make a different, better choice, right? And so I don't wait until tomorrow. If I'm off track in one moment, I'm like, how can I veer back onto the track in the direction I want to go in the next moment? I don't wait for the next hour. And I think that is so important, because if you're constantly waiting for tomorrow, we don't know if tomorrow's coming, right?
Right.
And so what we do know is we have this moment right now, you and I on this Facebook Live. How can we help and inspire people? What tips can we give? That's all we got. And then beyond that, great, the next moment. So it's never too late to start. And every moment is a new moment to get back on track and make one change in the direction of your dreams, of where you want to go. And that's really why I came up with my title, The Master of Inspired Action, because I want to help inspire people just to take that one little step, put on those running shoes, and go outside, or go in your basement and get on your stationary bike, or do 10 squats. Like, that's the inspired action that's going to lead to the next inspired action, the next and the next. So
yeah, and it does take action. You have to do something.
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thinking about it will not get you there.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's fantastic, Carolyn. Thank you so much for doing this. If someone wants to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
So I'm on Facebook. I'm the only Carolyn Hori on Facebook. I'm the only Carolyn Hori on Instagram. And I would love to hear from anybody. If you found this helpful, I'd love to see the comments. And I think what you're doing is amazing, Steve. And, I'm coming up with some really new, interesting things that have happened during COVID. And I'm starting a youth mastermind program, as well as coming up with an online course for people of how to quit the job that they hate, their soulless job, like giving people inspired action steps to prep them for the life that they really love related to their work. And, I think that what you're doing is awesome, because I truly believe every little bit can change the world. Every one person and every little Facebook Live like this that is positive and inspirational can literally change the world. So thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for doing this, putting it together, putting yourself out there, because it's not easy. And I respect that. So more power to you. And I hope your community grows. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Carolyn.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.